Let's go straight to the front of the Australian. I've often spoken about the Australian and how good the Australian is these days. And I've got to say, and I'll say it again, it's probably one of the top dozen newspapers in the world right now. We are very, very fortunate to have the Australian as one of our mainstays of our media. Now, the headline is Rate Cuts No Help. Costello, Future Fund Chairman Peter Costello has headed off suggestions that the rate cuts will in fact help the economy. The former Treasurer urges the coalition to resist infrastructure funding splurge. Tim, what are your thoughts on Costello's comments in relation to the fact that he doesn't think that the rate cuts will be any help at all?
Look, I think it's a really good point, isn't it? We're at the point now where is it really going to make a difference whether the rate is at 1 or 0.75? In the end, this is about battles with what's going on internationally. You know, it's this thing of if rates are going down in other parts of the world, we have to follow, which is pretty bad news for pensioners, anyone with savings, because of course, their income becomes less as a result.
Well, Jared, Costello, of course, one of the country's longest-serving treasurers, and he's the Future Fund chairman. When he speaks, people listen. I mean, it's interesting that he would make that observation. With Philip Lowe, the Reserve Bank governor, very clearly saying early in the week that another lever, which is more interest rate cuts, is certainly being considered over the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Glee. So I think that this lever perspective of fiscal and monetary policy aren't really going to help anymore in terms of our interest rate cuts and boosting kind of our economy in that space. However, I do think potentially what would help that is that tax rate cut we saw from Frydenberg in May. Maybe that might bring some consumer confidence back as well.
All right, very good point, Jared, very good point.